Well, we've managed to get to the Premier League. Now it's time to go and see if we're any good in it. Welcome back to our Fm22 Journeyman, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We're back here with Barnsley FC, newly promoted to the Premier League. We made all our transfers. We're ready for the first games of the season. If you haven't seen the transfers yet, pop back and watch Tuesday's episode, which is where we did all the transfers for this season. Hopefully we'll have a couple more come in, because I would still like to strengthen our goalkeeper position and something at left back as well, but no guarantee of those ones. We've got our first match today against West Ham. We are going to jump straight into that one with this lineup. Zingerl in goal, back four of Brantford, Omondambideli, I cannot say his name, Holmes and Bogle, Ofaboru, Inuai and Blinkhorn in midfield, not out on the left, with Munchuk starting on the right and Jenkins up front. Munchuk would normally be starting up front, but that would mean starting Madiuk over on the right, which is what we've brought him in for, but for some reason he's knackered. I'm not actually sure why, because we haven't had any matches building up to this. It's been about a week or so since our friendly, so it's not like he's tired from that. But Munchuk starting on the right today. Hopefully he can get up to as good a start in this league as he did in the Championship, obviously finishing our top scorer last season. If you do enjoy today's episode, guys, and you want to follow along with this series, please do hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. It would be very, very much appreciated. West Ham going to be kicking us off here. I've just realised once again I will have this on extended highlights, because I watch it on extended highlights in between matches. I think it's better. Let me know down below, what do you guys think? I think when you're trying to work out your tactics and stuff in pre-season, having this on extended highlights like I've got now is the best way of doing that, because you actually see a lot more of the match. Match stats, I feel, only go so far. Munchuk trying to get on the end of that free kick there. Nuno Santos for West Ham trying to launch a counter-attack and actually doing a really good job of it. Are we going to try and stop him at all? Apparently not. We're going to let him run the entire length of the field. Luckily, Zingerl there to cut out that cross. And now we're trying to launch a counter-attack of our own. But we have mucked that one up royally. And West Ham through on goal here. I do think that one's going to be offside. It is going to be offside. But I don't feel like we are going to be doing very well if we let West Ham's players run the entire length of the field. I do feel like we need to stop that. And it isn't going to be disallowed for offside. It's going to be an actual goal given by VAR. Wonders never cease. I'm not sure I agree with that. That still looks offside to me. But regardless of that, we're 1-0 down. That is not the best start we could have asked for in the Premier League. This is the Premier League. VAR gods are punishing us already. West Ham obviously promoted at the same time of us though, so this is not exactly going to be a very good indication of how we are going to do in the league, because I don't know how much they've improved their side since they got promoted. I'm seeing a lot of the same sort of faces in there. We're still seeing... no, actually I'm not. Howard Bellis was there last season. I don't see Souček in that. He says Souček is on the ball. Souček is in there. Nuno Santos is in there as well. I saw Harry Winks a minute ago. He's about 30 or so in this universe because of how far in the future we are now. Oh, West Ham in again. Zingerl saving this time though. And apparently it was offside anyway. But we are going to arrive at half time. 1-0 down to West Ham. That's not a great start, if I'm honest. And I'd quite like us to get back into this one as quickly as possible. I definitely think from what I've seen in pre-season, we are a lot more capable in this. Munchuk taking a free kick here. It's whistled past the goal, but not on target. So not actually drawing a save from the West Ham goalkeeper. Not really good enough. I've noticed we're on balance as well, and I don't know why. We should be on positive. Maybe that's part of the problem. We haven't been attacking enough. We've been trying to sit back. I'm shouting at the guys in the dressing room going, come on guys, we need to get some shots on target, while telling them to sit a bit deeper than I normally do. Perhaps that's the problem. This is the problem with actually being a football manager, is not looking at your own tactics. Obviously that wouldn't happen in real life. I feel like I would know what to tell my players. It's very easy to mishit a button though on Football Manager like I've just done. West Ham are dancing around us here, but we have managed to nick the ball back. Munchuk into Jenkins. Jenkins is tackled. We've still kind of got the ball. That one's been cleared, though. That is a clearance straight into the stands. Hard as you like. West Ham once again here on the ball for this new highlight. We need to probably think about some changes in a minute, unless we see a vast improvement in this highlight. But instead of that, we're going to see West Ham crossing the ball into the box. We have cleared it. but they are still on the attack here. Can we stand up? Can we put some pressure on them? It's a good block, but again, they are getting a little bit too close to scoring for my liking. And before they take that corner, I think we probably need to be making some substitutions. Nonto having a 6.2 out on that left-hand side isn't really good enough. Torre, who we saw in last episode, maybe not quite first team ready, but being chucked into the team today. Blink corner as well, probably can come off. Esanola, our new signing, can come on for him. Jenkins up front probably isn't ideal as well, because Kleimunchuk is definitely still our first choice striker. We're just kind of having to play him on the right because of circumstances and, you know, players being tired for literally no reason. So this is what we're going with today. We are still losing though, and I don't like this. Let's go attacking. This is a good start to the Premier League. We probably need to make that final substitution as well. I'm going to put Kleimunchuk up front, take Jenkins off, bring on Bakuna on that side. We'll change him to an inverted winger because he is better at that than he is an inside forward, just because his crossing is better. And hopefully we could just go and get a goal. Bogle's got a yellow card. I'm not actually sure when he got that. I think it was a while ago. But it's the first time I've actually seen him on screen since it happened. That I'm aware of anyway. West Ham still on the attack here. This is not going to be good enough. If we're going to play like this going into the Premier League, then we're going to be going straight back down again. We've kind of built what I think is probably a good enough team to survive, at least. I think it's a good enough team to at least survive. I don't think we're going to be going and winning the Champions League this season, or winning the Premier League title, or even qualifying for Europe. But I'm hoping it's enough to at least help us avoid relegation and maybe avoid a relegation battle. I'd take a lower mid-table sort of finish this season. That would be fine. As a debut season into the Premier League, not a problem. Have Barnsley ever been in the Premier League in real life? I'm not actually sure. That ball crossed there from the player whose name I can't pronounce out to the wing. Bakuna trying to find Kleimunchuk there. Someone's found Kleimunchuk. Esanola. Oh, Kleimunchuk. Oh, no. Oh, he should have scored that one. I've seen him score a lot harder goals than that. And now the match is drawing to a close. I'd imagine if we get the ball back here that the ref will blow his whistle, because we've already played all of the time that's been added on in this match. And West Ham are still on the attack with us 1-0 down. I mean, we haven't got battered, but it's not the opening match to the Premier League I would have liked. I mean, we're telling the team we're disappointed, because while we're not expecting to win lots of matches this season, I feel the one against West Ham, who are promoted at the same time as us, was probably a winnable one. And with us facing Burnley in about a week's time, in fact, in exactly a week's time, we need to be going and doing better than that. Maybe we'll have some more transfers by that match. We'll be back in a second, though. Okay, so here is the lineup for that match against Barnsley, and hopefully we go and do a better job against them. We've got Zingerl in goal, back four of Brantthwaite, Omo Bamdel. I'm going to get that right by the end of the season, I swear. Holmes and Bogle, Offaboru, Inuai and Blinkhorn remaining in midfield. Nonto and Maduki out on the wings, and Jenkins up front. Is it Maduki? Is it Maduk? Who knows? I can't pronounce names. Words are hard. Is anyone as well, do you find, especially if you've played this sort of save where you've got promoted and you've grown up the leagues and maybe your reputation isn't quite what it should be, but I find it so hard to find a goalkeeper. I mean, we've got Zingerl, but Zingerl is basically saying he wants to leave to go play for a better club, and we've had the agreement that he can leave when I've signed someone to replace him. I've got 11 days left to do that. The problem is I cannot find anyone good enough to replace him. Every goalkeeper that is good is an obscene amount of money wanted to actually purchase the player, not even taking into account wages they want, just to buy them in the first place. We are looking for a semi-decent goalkeeper. There's one, for example, at the moment at PSV. I can't remember the name of him. He's a regen, I think. Ignoring that for a minute, I thought Nonto was going to actually launch an attack there, but apparently not. So this keeper from PSV is decent, but he's championship level no more. He's got no potential to him. He will remain at that level. He isn't playing fantastic. He's never commanded huge transfer fees, won the Ballon d'Or, nothing like that, and yet we want £30 million for this guy. It's obscene. I cannot find a goalkeeper that I can actually purchase. So let me know down below, is this something you guys ever struggle with? Is it just an FM thing? Is it just a football thing in general? Or keepers hard to come by? I mean, as a Chelsea fan, which is a bit of a sore subject at the moment for multiple reasons, Kepa is obviously the prime example of that, of it's difficult to bring in a good goalkeeper. We paid a lot of money for him, and he isn't great at all times. None to Frida Jenkins here. I thought Jenkins was going to get in. Pope is the goalkeeper for Burnley here. I thought Kepa would be quite good. Turns out he's not. Jenkins is in on goal again. Jenkins has slotted that one home for his first of the season and Barnsley's first in the Premier League. Ignore everything about goalkeepers. Let's talk about strikers. We seem to be able to find them. And Jenkins, with all of his potential, wasn't very good last season, but he is there to net Barnsley's first goal in the Premier League. Maybe this will be like the breakout season for him, where he's suddenly become good. I mean, we're playing him at the moment because Klein Munchuk still sort of, he was out on the right-hand side last match, then he got injured, and he's kind of just recovering from that little bit of a niggle he's got at the moment. It's nothing too major. It's out of action for a couple of days, but he wasn't fully fit coming into this, and I didn't want to risk him and then lose him for the 3 or 4 months of the season, because he is super important. Holmes here to Bogle, over to Inuai, over to Madueke. We're going to call you Madueke, and that is your name now. Holmes to Inuai to Ofaboru. Holmes again, we're just playing this really, really calmly, slow build up. I mean, we've gone with pretty much the same sort of team instructions as we had last season. Obviously different formation, slightly different player roles, but globally, the build-up and the pressing are the same as our 4-2-4 that we ended with at the end of last season, helped us win the league. Madueke into Jenkins again here. Jenkins netting his second goal. I mean, he's already looking better in this one match alone than he did in the entirety of last season in the Championship. And Burnley, who I said I thought were a team on a bit of a rebuild, who seems to be having a good 2 or 3 seasons, I mean, they're not doing fantastic against us at the moment. That's twice that Jenkins has managed to get in behind them and had netted pretty easy goals. I mean, there haven't been anything special that he's had to do particularly, not knocking what he's doing. He's just scored 2 goals for us. Hopefully he can get a hat-trick today and it will all be dandy. We haven't exactly had to work really, really hard to unlock them either, so maybe they're not quite as good a team as I think they are. Maybe that's now going to come and bite me in the behind, and they're going to score 4 goals in the second half. They are playing a 4-4-2, which is interesting because I genuinely don't see a lot of teams playing a sort of a flat 4-4-2 once you get higher up the leagues. I think we saw maybe one team that play it in the Championship. This is the second team we're seeing in the Premier League, and they are playing a flat 4-4-2, which is a very much a throwback formation. Not many teams are obviously playing that anymore. Omu Bandit, I can't even, you moved the ball so fast I didn't even get time to read the 17 syllables that seem to be attached to your name. Try again. Omman bin Dead, that guy. We're just going to call him that defender. Brantford here. Can he get across into the box? Into Madueke. Oh, that was very, very close to crossing the line. If it didn't actually cross the line, and that would have been a goal on his debut for Madueke. He's got an assist. A goal would be fantastic addition to that, but not to be on that occasion. And it is looking like time once again to make some substitutions. We've got Inuai on a yellow card and looking a bit tired, so Esanola can come on for him. I'm not actually sure how well he plays in that role, but that's where he's going to be playing today. Nonto's not having a fantastic one. Madueke's looking tired though, so he's going to come off, and we will be bringing on Salgado for him over on that right hand side. Obviously another youth academy player for Barnsley. Throw in for us here. Bogle has now got hold of the ball, and we are going to try and mount another attack. If we can get a third, then you'd think it is game over. Even at 2-0 in the Premier League, with 20 minutes left, I don't know if that's enough of a lead to completely guarantee us a match. Jenkins in the box now. Can he do something with it? It's back to Bogle, into Jenkins again. Jenkins with a cross to Salgado. That would have been a lovely, lovely goal for him. I think that would be still his first. I don't remember him ever scoring before. That could be a lie, but it definitely would have been his first in the Premier League. And, you know, coming through a youth academy and then scoring in the debut season in the Premier League, is definitely something he would have been very, very proud of, but not to be. We're talking about things that haven't happened. If, buts and maybes. Nonto just being substituted for Torre out on that left-hand side because he's looking tired as well. We're definitely, hopefully we can do that this season. Hopefully we're not so relegation threatened that we can't like bring in players like we're doing there. We're bringing Torre for 15, 20 minutes at the end of a match to get him some experience with a view to next season. If all of our players that have got those Premier League potentials have started getting Premier League quality next season, then we won't have to spend obscene amounts of transfer fees on players, be able to play with the players we've got, and then hopefully build a bit more of a challenge. That was a really, really good block after missing, I think, the initial header. Ofu Bamdele, that defender, managing to get back and stop a goal there. So really, really good defending from him. And hopefully now we've seen out this result. Salgado forward to Blinkhorn. No, we are going to go looking for that third. Blinkhorn from range, pretty much straight at the goalkeeper, so not ideal. Long distribution from Pope there. I think Holmes tried to get that one. I'm not sure if he got it or if the Burnley striker did, but Burnley still coming forward, trying to get something out of this game. They haven't got long left to do it now, but they are still trying. We've managed to block that one as well, and that's just a hoof of a clearance. That is big clearance. It's just a belt at the other end, don't worry about where it goes type of clearance, just get rid of it. It works. It's maybe not always the best way of doing it, but in this situation it's absolutely fine. Blinkhorn trying to find a run of Jenkins there, but it's straight at Pope again, who's again going to distribute it right to the other end of the field. And Burnley desperately trying to get a goal out of this game. They have now got it. Referee has got his finger in his ear though. The last one from the last match was allowed. Is this one going to VAR going to be a disallowed goal? The goal is disallowed. We do keep our 2-goal advantage here. I don't know how offside it was. It looks, yeah, it's fairly cut and dry. I mean, it's not miles offside, but it wasn't exactly close to being onside either. And we are going to pick up a 2-0 win against Burnley. It's our first win in the Premier League. It took 2 matches, but we have got it. Burnley are now rock bottom, and we are 9th. If we could stay there for the rest of the season, I wouldn't be mad at it. Not sure how likely that is, though. But for now, we probably need to go away, focus on the remaining week or so of the transfer window. Hopefully get a few more points under our belt, and then we'll be back on Saturday for another episode. If you have enjoyed that one today, of course, please do drop a like down below. It does really, really help out the channel. It's always very, very much appreciated. If you're new around here and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. There's loads of great content on the channel. This series gets uploaded 4 times a week. You can see now, looking over there, exactly when that is uploaded. So definitely a good time to join the channel and become a supporter. Until next time, there goes. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch some more content on the channel, have a look at this video next, and I will see you on Saturday.